Cranert, BS in Mechanical Engineering. I'm sitting here in my $200,000 condo, townhouse in Olathe, Kansas, getting food stamps, $200 a month, and $600 in Social Security disability. Do I like it? No. I'll take it. Fuck yeah. I'll take everything right now. Any and everything in any way. Because I was disrespected, and I don't like it. And any patriotism, any, society, what do you do for society? Well, society, the courthouse, and these little faggots have fucked me up. And based on that, I'll take every goddamn billion penny I can get, anyway and anywhere, because the law's a joke, the law has no credibility, and there's no consistency, so who gives a shit, because it's a bunch of shit. And for me personally, it's precedent much shit. As I tell these PhD, disrespect gets disrespect, and these people need to be disrespected in a similar manner they've disrespected me by people inferior to themselves who have lower ACT scores and inferior degrees. Well, they get more than $5 an hour with their little faggot degrees that are faggot degrees compared to mine. I said another example of paycheck in Kansas City is a chairman of Sprint. Hesse guy, they used to make those hideous commercials on TV with Hesse. Well, evidently, according to Yahoo Finance, he gets $2 or $3 million a year in paycheck or something. And according to my information I've read, he's got a MBA from Notre Dame and a finance degree or something. Well, I don't consider that better than my degree at Purdue Cranert. Purdue Cranert was top 5 in the country the year I enrolled. I've never seen Notre Dame in the top 20. So no matter when that guy went, I don't think he could have been in the top 20 because it's never been in the top 20. And when I went, Purdue was in the top 5. In fact, when I went, it was simply as good as it gets. Well, maybe in reality, one of the polls where it was number 3 was a year or two before I went. But I still say Purdue is as good as it gets, and sure as fuck better than Notre Dame, who's getting $2 or $3 million at Sprint. And I told this guy Sprint that I own Sprint. They threw me out of the personnel offices. I've never gotten a paycheck to be an employee of Sprint, just because the only place told me to get a paycheck. So, they had security throwing me out of there, and I tried to get a job once. I didn't do anything other than just try to get who's in charge of hiring people, the personnel office. They wouldn't talk to me, wouldn't deal with me. I did have a couple of interviews with them. Before that, in the last 20 years, but one interview, I never got a reply. I think the guy had a Stanford MBA, he told me. They called me up to interview with him. And I think the guy who interviewed me had a Stanford MBA. One of these guys who's bald, hair on the sides, and a dark black mustache and round glasses. They all kind of look the same. He wasn't disrespectful in the interview. But at that interview, I never got a call back or contract to be an employee and paid the market rate of paycheck. And since that time, I've really, my attitude has changed that nothing matters and never did. And people say my degrees don't matter. Merrill Lynch say it don't matter I own the company. Well, they always said it don't matter I own the company. Then these idiots, all they care about is how much money you have personally. The amount of money you have, some of these idiots, is more important than your degrees or being an owner. It's only how much money you have. Or wrestling. Wrestling is more important than my degrees now. All these idiots say it's a catch-22. When you have degrees, it matters, but once you get them, it don't matter anymore. Well, they're just idiots who couldn't get my degrees. Some people, they don't have enough money to get my degrees. Well, that's somewhat true. My parents did help me financially pay for my degrees. You know what? So that's why I go back to the ACT score, which wasn't good enough. That's why I go back to people with lower ACT scores who got paychecks, with just the lower ACT score than me that I wasn't getting. So in reality, some people perhaps, couldn't afford to get my degrees. And maybe nobody would help them out. Well, people have been fucking with me. People, for jobs, some people ask me what my daddy does or did. And that's one of the things that influences whether they're going to hire me for a job or something. All these irrelevant other things are reality. They just don't go by equal opportunity employment, equal opportunity to get a business license. It's all bullshit about who your daddy is or how much money you got or even wrestling. Well, that's what these idiots do. Don't have my degrees. I think it's utter bullshit. You know, I'm not married and have kids, so I'm a fag. Well, I'm not a fag. I just, you know, it's bullshit. Now, I was brought up, you don't have kids until you got enough money to pay for it. So some of these idiots think being married with kids is more important than my degrees. So fucking what? They're punks. Everybody wants to think something's more important than my degrees and ACT score, because everybody can't get what I got, and the disrespect started 25, 30 years ago. So unemployment benefits, just like I say in the grocery store when I use my food stamp, why doesn't Obama put 10 figures on my food stamp card in cash benefits, the market rate of paycheck? Yeah, what do you think about that, homosexual faggot? You want the shit beat out of you?